Today I'm going to show you how to make white chocolate at home. I have a half a cup of white granulated sugar, and then I have whole milk powder, and then cocoa butter. So I will put the 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar in there, and I will put the whole milk powder in there. Put the top on. The finer you grind this, the less chance of having any grain or grainy taste to your chocolate. And now let's go over to the stovetop and melt that cocoa butter. I just have a small pot with about 1 inch deep of water. You just don't want the bottom touching the water. And what's going to happen, I have it set to medium heat. What's going to happen is that water heats up, the steam is going to hit the bottom of this bowl and gently melt our cocoa butter. And also you need to use milk powder and not actual milk, okay? I'm just gonna pour this right into that food processor and blend it up that way, okay? Let's do that right now. I'm gonna pour this right in there and we'll just mix it. Go right in here. Give it a tap. And now I'm just gonna let this chill in the refrigerator for 30 minutes or so the chocolate can set. And push up underneath. And there we go, a nice bar of white chocolate made at home. Mmm.